everybody, I'm Elyse Explosion, and today, well, technically yesterday, but today, June 13th, yesterday, is the 5-year anniversary of me uploading to YouTube. The channel itself is a little bit older. There's some older material that is, not visible at the moment, and that's okay, because it's not stuff that I'm the proudest of, but everything else, I am. Like, this is something that I didn't think I was going to want to keep doing for this long, but I did, and I do, because I have so much fun doing YouTube as like a side hobby. I'm still not partnered, which is a bummer. I'm several hundred viewing hours off from that. Doing YouTube has made so much sense to me. I've made so many awesome friends. I've learned so many cool things, been able to do so many cool things. I've gotten promo mail, I've gotten free product. That's stuff that I never would have expected to actually have happen to little old me. So today, to celebrate my 5th anniversary here, behind the scenes Karen is going to be reading me some YouTube Hills to Die On questions. These are questions that she's come up with herself, so if anybody would like to take this challenge for themselves, I will leave the questions in the comments, and I'll probably post a link to them on the homepage, which is ElyseExplosion.com. I never use that, it's mostly just a hub at this point, but there is a blog there, so if anybody wants the questions, you can probably find them there. But all that being said, all that has been said, Karen, why don't you give me the first question?
Okay, the first thing I would like to ask you is, what is the best trip you ever vlogged? Ever captured in video form?
Well, technically I captured the Disney World trip. That was back in 2016. It's actually one of the first travel videos I ever did. And I mean, that was a blast. I loved that. I had a great time. I love Disney World. I love Disney parks. But on a smaller scale, I want to say that probably one of the coolest things that I was able to do was to go to Insectropolis in, I think that's Toms River, New Jersey. It's a small bug museum / zoo owned by a pest control company. It's weird. It's really weird, but it was super fun. The staff was super friendly, super knowledgeable. I got to touch some bugs. I like bugs. I know that can be very off-putting for some people, but it was a really cool, fun experience, and I'd love for more people to give that place a shot. I hope it's still there. I haven't checked on the status of it post-pandemic, so I'll have to check that out. All right, question number 2.
Okay, question number 2. What is the worst trip you ever videoed?
Well, I have trip. Okay, worst trip. Also back in 2016, we went to this, I guess it was an anime convention up in like Buffalo, New York. It was like an 8-hour drive. I forget what the hell it was even called.
Oh, TatsuCon.
Yeah, so we did this convention called TatsuCon, and it had been described to us as a very financially lucrative convention. And it was, I don't think it's in operation anymore. I'm pretty sure.
It didn't come back the next year. It didn't finish the year we went.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like the whole convention itself has folded since then. So I don't mind talking shit about it. But like, I saw a guy in a fursuit that looked like he had mange. The staff were unhelpful. There were lots of people in cosplay with unsealed body paint that actually stained our sign. The food was expensive, parking was expensive. I'm pretty sure I paid like $800 just for the hotel.
And that was one of the hotel block hotels that they
it was
secured.
And I'm pretty sure we made maybe $200 that whole weekend.
Yeah, I made like $250.
It was not great. And I would not, like, I'd love to go back to Buffalo as like a to do like some touristy kind of things, maybe even see, like, I think Niagara Falls is up in that direction. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see it, but this was just abysmal. It was just abysmal.
If I remember correctly, and I definitely do, the organizers of the convention fled before the event was even over.
That's true. That's the thing that happened. So that was terrible. Do not recommend.
Okay, question number 3. The best thing you ever received out of any of the subscription boxes you ever got. Snack crates, geek crates, loot
Okay.
items.
So I have two answers here because one is food and one is not food. So from the Geek Crate kind of stuff, probably my favorite item that I can think of off the top of my head, one of the Geek Crates that I opened, I think it was a Geek, I don't even remember, they all sound the damn same, but one of them gave me this really cool vintage Thor shirt, and I liked it an awful lot. I actually still wear it. It's a little snug. It was like a baseball tee, so it had like the alternate color sleeves. I really liked it. It was super nice. Especially, I guess, now that they're working on Thor 4. Rhymes. I'll pull that one out again. But my favorite snack that I've gotten, in the Japan crates, every so often they would send these, like, sugared, mochi dango. And they were little, like, mochi balls with granulated sugar on the outside. And they were just so sweet. It was such a nice little treat. I always loved getting those. So those, I think those, because I can't pick one over the other because it's just two different styles of thing. But those are probably my favorites.
All right, and the following question: what's the worst thing you ever got in a subscription box?
Okay, one of the Nick boxes gave me a Ren and Stimpy shaped towel.
Oh, good. I was hoping it was that.
That would maybe wrap around, like, one of my legs. Very, like, it's the kind of towel that I would put down in the walkway if the dog was coming in after, like, doing its business in the rain. It's small, it's raggedy, it's shaped, so there's no, like, stability to it, and I can't even wrap it around my whole body. It's completely useless.
And it wasn't very absorptive.
Yeah, 0 out of 10. Not a fan.
The last three questions are not about favorites, but are there any places you wanted to film but were denied permission?
Okay, well, it's not a place that I have been as of yet, but there is a place, I have wanted to go to the Hers potato chip factory for a while now. It's kind of a far haul. I think it's closer out towards Pittsburgh than it is to Philly. And Philadelphia is much closer to where we are in New Jersey. But I did call them and I asked if they allowed for video recording, and they said that they did not. So as much as I would like to go there someday and experience that, because, I mean, this channel is built on the back of potato chips. So obviously I wanted to go see that, and I probably will. But I will not be able to film there. It's kind of like my equivalent of the quilting museum for Jacob the Carpetbagger. Can't film there. They won't let me. So and then I think that's mostly it. I've never really been denied filming at a place. A lot of times, especially when I go to, like, Spirit Halloween, most of the time I end up, like, running into somebody I know there, and they're employees, so they're, like, totally cool with me filming. I do, 9 times out of 10, I try to get permission before I film at a location, because otherwise it can get a little dicey.
Last two. What is the most important thing you've learned in these last 5 years doing YouTube?
Numbers aren't everything. It's really hard, especially for me as a smaller channel. I just want to see those numbers go up. You know, I want to see the view counts go up. I want to see the subscribers go up. I want to see the thumbs go up. Please like and subscribe. But it's not everything. I get a lot of fulfillment, and especially, okay, I've got a lot of, like, YouTube wisdom to speak right now. YouTube wisdom number 1. Even if your video does not do well right away, it's probably going to end up being a slow burn. People will find it over time, and you won't know what hit you, and then one day your video is going to have 15,000 views. That happened to the video I did where I worked at the census. Thing the second. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. There is a couple of years ago, I decided to set some more ground rules with myself. I found myself being overly positive about things that didn't need to be positive, and I told myself that it is better to be truthful about something than it is to be positive, because negative reviews exist for a reason. And I remember the first video I did following that, I've reviewed one of the old Boxy Girls dolls and how much I just really hated it. Because I couldn't bring myself to say anything super nice about it. I try to be very balanced in the videos that I do, especially in toy reviews. But for people that find the video, whether it's fellow collectors, parents, people that are going to play with toys, but they deserve to have a fair and accurate review. I don't want to misrepresent things. And additionally, that was one of the reasons why I decided to stop getting subscription crates, especially food subscription crates, because as much as I enjoyed them, they started to cycle in a lot of the same things that I'd seen over and over and over again. And it was getting repetitive. And I didn't feel that that was a good usage of my money. So I think it's important to be honest about what I present to the audience. And I think that is probably... I know this has been kind of like a really long-winded and disconnected answer, but I think honesty is probably one of the best things that I've learned myself. Also, just to reiterate, if I don't feel good about something, I don't want to do it. There have been many videos that I've scrapped because I felt like butt when I was filming them. Or that I rambled on too long and it was going to be impossible for me to edit it down, so they're just not going up. But yeah, so I think those are probably some of the most important things that I have been able to take away from my experiences as a YouTuber as a whole.
The very last question I have on this, your 5th anniversary. What is your bucket list video?
Well, there's ones that might be attainable, and there's ones that are pipe dreams. As for ones that are attainable, I would love to travel Route 66 one day. I would love to do a road trip like that, to go from St. Louis all the way out to California and just film along the way the weird stuff that I find. I enjoy road trip videos. I don't get to do near as many of them as I would like to because I'm limited by financial constraints and I don't get a whole lot of time off from work. But my goal, like that is my big bucket list in life and not just for this channel. I want to see Route 66. And as for like the pipe dreamy kind, just in general, I would love to do more videos with friends. If any of my YouTube pals ever want to do a collaboration of any kind, let me know. I'm always down for that. Scripted, unscripted, cameos. Let's talk about it. YouTube is way more fun when you get to share it with friends, so hit me up. I know I need to get a P.O. box, so I'm working on it. On that note, everybody, thank you so much for being here for the past 5 years, for your support, your friendship, your comments, your critiques, your kind words, your funny words.
Your hate views.
Your hate views, yeah, all of those. But it's been a lot of fun, and here's for 5 more, eh? But thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you would like to see more from this channel, I've got 5 years worth of videos and I'll link one at the end of this one. If you'd like to support the channel a little bit more, I do have a Patreon. That is patreon.com/Elyse Explosion. It helps. It's really cool. Click the little bell, because if you want to stay in the know, the bell's the way to go. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Later!